Hello, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity, where we've just been attacked because we've made people angry now that we have to choose a side, choose a faction. Not that I particularly want to choose the faction that we've chosen, because they seem to want to make some kind of creepy, soul-powered army of empty armor. And yet they still manage to be the best-sounding one. My reputation is increasing. Is that all that alert was for?
Hey.
That was the supplicant who turned up at Kednua, right? Do we have anyone there right now? Is that Glenfarthen's soul hunter still there? She arrived just as we got to the beach. Maybe we should go and see if we can catch her. If we go that way, we're probably going to end up fighting Zarips again, aren't we? Let's not do that. Let's see if we can find the, get to the soul hunter before she leaves. How long did it take to Kednua? 1 day, 2 hours. Okay, hopefully she stays there for that long. And of course, leaves the stronghold as soon as we get here. Well, while we're here, we do need to rest up because we did take a bit of damage. Oh, where am I going? Into the stronghold, please. This is the one building that actually looks quite cozy. Until you go inside, and then it looks kind of abandoned.
Hope I didn't seem ungrateful back there in the battlefield. And you went out of your way.
Oh, Adea, you want to actually talk about this? Yeah, it was a bit anticlimactic, I'm going to admit. I didn't notice. You had a lot on your mind. That's more like it. Or it was important to you. You did have a lot on your mind. This is your brother.
Got real close. Didn't expect that. And for a second, I thought I was going to finally see some answers.
And we can keep trying.
Foolish, of course. And why should I get answers? There's a world of Aethasians out there. Don't know if their god's been blown up. Still, they can't help looking back.
Aw. Adea's quest is really quite depressing.
Guess you'd know that well as anyone.
Okay, I guess my story is also quite depressing when you think about it. Adea stares off, focusing on some distant thing, unseen and unrealized.
I might have turned my back on my god when he needed me. That's all I'll ever know.
Oh, okay, well, what would your brother have to say about that? Or you did what you had to. Even if Waidwin was Aethas, his actions were destructive. Well, it does seem like you put your faith in the wrong side. He'd have brought unity even if it was by force. Well, your mistake was in waiting for someone else to tell you what was right. Should we ask him what his brother would have to say about that? His brother did side with Waidwin, right? That's why he doesn't know what happened to him? You did what you had to.
His actions didn't seem righteous enough for a god. That's why me and Woden had Widewind figured for a pretender. It didn't occur to me that my god might actually mean to do harm to his own.
Yeah, that's fair.
Something to think about, I guess. Hey.
Okay, that wasn't exactly, new, I guess. It didn't really progress anything, but, at least he spoke about it, because it was kind of just sudden the way that the quest finished on that one. We did what seemed like the right thing to do, and we actually got an answer for him, and he was still really not happy with that. I wonder if it'll come back up again. Okay, now does anybody want to turn up before we leave, while I'm here? Not adventuring. Does anybody actually want to ask us a question now? Okay, if nobody needs us, definitely nobody needs us, we need to go back to Crucible Keep. And actually, while we're here and thinking about Kednua, before we go to Crucible Keep, let's have a look at our building possibilities. We have completed most of these. I've got another 3 hours on the Woodland Trails, so we'll do that afterwards. Hey, Woodland Trails completed. And literally someone has turned up while we were traveling again. What is happening? Adana Fearguest, a hero of the Saints' War, has arrived at the stronghold and she's asked for an audience with you. Okay, please stay where you are. Okay? Stay right there. I'm coming back. I'm not going to miss another person. It's going to take me 22 hours to walk back to you. Do not leave. She's going to be inside, isn't she? They're always just inside. Okay, where are you? There. My lord, I don't wish to trouble you, but I could use your help in a personal matter. Okay, tell me about your personal matter. We finally made it in time to help someone. You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. Look at me just relaxing in my chair as though I've been here and the whole time and not just rushed back 22 hours from first fires. This is harder to say than I thought it would be. My name is Adana. I fought in the Saints' War, same as most of my kin. I followed orders, no more, but between one thing and another, I guess I made a reputation for myself. Okay, I wonder whether Adaya's going to have anything to say about this. They call me a hero. Every street I walk down, I get handshakes and comments. The dozens, they act like I'm some figurehead for their schemes. Oh no, the dozens aren't good. The things I've done. I don't get much sleep. The last thing I need is all this attention. All I want is some peace. Please, you're the only one I can turn to. Okay, that's not what I expected. So our options here are, sounds like you could use some rest. You shouldn't hide from your past. Perhaps one of my companions here can help you. Or, I can't help you with this right now. Maybe one of my companions can help you. Sounds like you could use some rest. Head out into the woods, you mean? I won't find rest in Defiance Bay. Seems like half my neighbours are in the dozens. You're welcome to stay here until you're ready to return. Or we can give her money. We can give her quite a lot of money. We can give her 5,000 and tell her you'll be less recognisable outside the Deerwood. I'll give you some coin for the move. Or maybe something else then. Oh, I don't know what to do here. If I tell her that maybe one of my friends can help her, does that mean Adaya will help because he was also in the Saints' War? She can stay here until she's ready. That's fine. But if we give her money, does that mean that she'll be able to escape more permanently? It does seem like the more generous offer. Although both of these are only temporary because I just said that she needs to rest, right? Something else then. I'm going to go for perhaps one of my companions can help you. How do you mean? Yeah, Adaya's been through the war. I'm sure he has some advice. Can't say I've got much experience being overappreciated by people, but there might be some things we can talk about. Oh no, Adaya's going to be busy for 5 days. No, Adaya, I just wanted you to have a quick chat with her, not like leave for a whole 5 days. Okay, we are not going to be able to do anything that requires intense battling without Adaya for the next 5 days. We did gain prestige for that. And she does seem to like it. Yes, I think this will help. Thank you, Lady Haley. You don't know what this means to me. Okay. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it because you've just stolen my tank. What should we do? Let's take Pelagina with us, I guess. This should be interesting. It's only 5 days. All we have to do at the moment is return back to the Crucible Knights to tell them that we did find their research and we have delivered it to the correct person. So hopefully nobody attacks us on the way back to that and it should be fine, right? I do remember someone telling me that Pelagina is quite good if you are going to replace Adaya. I don't feel like a druid or a ranger are going to be remotely helpful in replacement for Adaya, so I guess we're bringing you with us, okay? Let's go to Fast Fires.
Aloth. Never before have I met an adherent.
I'm not hesitant. I just, like to consider my words carefully.
You should really hear yourself talk, amigo.
Looking at the map and just cut Pelagina off. I don't think she dislikes Aloth. We really should stock up on camp supplies. I've just kind of been using them occasionally, especially when we were down in the bottom of Kednua. I forgot I killed those people. And I didn't ever replace them. Oh wait, did I kill those people? These aren't the assassins, are they? What did that just tell me? Defeat the rogue Forge Knights. Of course. Of course they've already gone wrong. Oh no. Okay, I need to take a second to... Oh wait, okay, Pelagina can level up. We should definitely do that. What should you have, Pelagina? You've got really high athletics and basically nothing else. Maybe you should have some survival. There's no point in you having stealth. We technically could actually make Pelagina a mechanic. Because one of the reasons that I definitely didn't want to get rid of Durance is because he's the only one that's got any kind of decent mechanic skill. But saying that, I think we do actually need a healer. I'm just going to put everything in survival. Now, what can you use? I've literally never used you before for battle, so you can have Greater Lay on Hands, fueled solely by belief the paladin's able to heal with the touch of his or her hands, recovering a substantial amount of endurance. That could be good. Increased critical hits, plus deflection and +3 all defense. I might actually go for this and kind of prepare Pelagina in case we do want to switch her out with Durance later. Oh, and again? Do we all level up together? So you've got 6 points. Let's put one more in survival and let's start putting some into mechanics too. And you can have Inspiring Triumph. Boost defense. Whenever the paladin downs an enemy, that seems pretty good. Commands an ally to summon all their strength. Ignore hostile effects. That's kind of just like a temporary relief, though. Deprive the unworthy. Snuffs out all active benefits of a single foe. That could be potentially be quite good too. Some damage reduction. Commands an unconscious ally to get back up, giving a large but temporary spike to endurance, some of which is lost after a short duration. Okay, that's pretty good. It's definitely got to be Inspiring Triumph, which just sounds like it would be an excellent passive bonus. But I guess she only gets that if she's the one that gets the final blow. I think I'm going to get Reviving an Unconscious Ally. Okay, and now this time we'll get more mechanics and save our next two. Well, I have no idea how difficult this is going to be. I just know it's going to be more difficult without Adea here. Well, at least we're all healed up. Is there anything else I really need to do before we go in? I don't think there's any other way I can prepare for this. Maybe I should quickly check that Pelagina's got decent equipment on. I mean, she has her own breastplate. Oh, okay, she's got good damage reduction. That's not bad. That is not bad. Okay, she's also got a cape, which does absolutely nothing. Maybe we should put some more stuff on her. This is going to have to do. Let's see what happens. Okay, immediately somebody is dead on the floor, so that's not a good start. Can I? He's not going to need these. Right. So, we have 2 Forge Knights, I think that was. And I don't know how hard these are going to be to kill, but they are immune to charmed, confused, disease, dominated, poison, sickened, and unconscious. Right. Probably not that easy. Now, actually, what we do need to do is get Pelagina to go in the same position that Adea would be in. I should have actually set up her automatic positioning, shouldn't I?
Beyond seek.
Okay, if we can get her in first. Are they going to be ranged? What are they doing? Okay. So these are her healing abilities. She has Flames of Devotion, calls upon the paladin's inner fire, causing their equipped weapon to burst into flame and adding burn attacks. That might be quite good. Zealous Focus. Oh, this is the one that I got. Everybody gets... Okay, so everybody can get a little bit closer into me on that.
I'm ready. Right,
let's put her on this first Forge Knight with the pet as well. They can both go up front. And then if we get everybody else to stay back... Alath took quite a severe hit of something, but he's doing okay over there. Okay, they don't seem too bad. Okay, that's not bad at all. Alath, you need to be careful and not get too close though. Should be okay where you are. Hello? You are badly injured over there. Do you need some help? We pick up a sword and some Aedra. Are we going to pick up a lot of Aedra in this situation? Should have listened to me. Told them this was going to go horribly wrong. Okay, which direction shall we go in? Should we go towards the forge? Or should we go up into the main part? Okay, they're actually everywhere though. We're probably going to end up having to clear out the whole place, I would assume. So maybe we should just go this way and then we'll circle around. Oh, I missed something. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, we'll circle around and we'll make sure that we've got everything. Let's go help our friend over here. I hope they don't mind me taking the money from the corpses. Have you got anything to say? No.
Of course.
Speechless. He's speechless. He's just standing here, not doing anything now. He's done with the battle. Oh, okay. Let's go help these ones. Okay, and she's going first immediately. Okay, everyone on this one. Okay, the knights here are actually helping, aren't they? Quite a lot. That's good to know. I really should be putting these away in the chest. Do you have anything to say?
Yes.
No. Nobody knows what's going on. From you we get some copper and shattered animate armor.
Following your lead.
Hope nothing's been destroyed in here. I've only just got access to the forge. Should we go up here into this room? See if anything's in the barracks. No. Safe over here. Don't think anything will be in the tiny room up here. No. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I saw a dead body down the hallway, so there should be some more over this direction. Let's check in here. Nothing? Anybody in the dining room? No? We've got more dead people over here, so... It doesn't say it's stealing. I do feel a bit bad taking their money. They should be dealing with these ones pretty good over here. This is like the training area, wasn't it? So if they were training effectively, we should be getting rid of the creepy armor quite well. Let me just make sure that nobody's where they shouldn't be, but we still need to be actually doing something. Okay, we're far enough away that I don't think that's a problem. And he's nearly down. Done. Okay, quest update. We need to go speak to Commander Clyra. Oh, that was it. They hadn't made too many of the armors. That wasn't too bad. We were fine. We were fine without Dea, who's just back having a chat with somebody at Kednua. The Forge Knights seem to have been a success. I'm not sure I'd call it a success, to be honest. In fact, the High Justice wants to expand by having his own Forge Masters, build more Forge Knights, and now we speak to Commander Cliver. If the threat ended, I should speak to Commander Cliver and find out what happened here, as well as report what happened at Anslug's Compass.
Yes?
I'd actually kind of forgotten about that in all of the chaos. Maybe I won't steal their money. We'll leave them alone. I'm going to steal this, though. We can sell that later to take all the Adra.
Of course.
Take this one, though. That's one of the bad ones. One of the animated
Following
armors.
your lead.
Okay. Hello, Commander Cliver.
1 minute. My justiciars were training the Forge Knights. In the next, they were being cut to pieces.
Yeah, well, honestly, we could have predicted this, couldn't we? Should have listened to me.
But the survivors owe their lives to your skill. You fought valiantly, worthy of any seasoned soldier. In fact, I'm naming you an honorary justiciar. As a reward for your service, please accept this blade and armor, worthy of a Knight of the Crucible. If there's anything else I can do for you, you need only ask.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I hope that people don't associate me with this terrible, terrible idea of the animated armor. But otherwise, thank you.
I'll send word to Fleetbreaker Castle immediately. We clearly didn't understand the Forge Knights as well as we thought. For now, we'll have to continue recruiting the old-fashioned way.
Yes, good. This has had a good outcome in that case. That might be for the best. The Forge Knights are obviously too unpredictable to use safely. Or so lives were lost for nothing? Keep researching the Forge Knights. I'm sure you'll find a way to keep them under control. No, absolutely not. Terrible idea. This is for the best.
Knowing how firmly you stand by your principles, I'm glad you agree with my assessment of the situation. And if I'd listened to Dunstan, none of this would have happened in the first place. I won't make that mistake again.
Good. Good decisions are made. And now I've got second skin. I've also got Shame or Glory, which is an item, and the Officer's Armor. Was there something else I could do for you? Actually, yes, about that invitation to the Animancy Hearings. And we'll be glad to have you with us. Yay! Avar will no doubt find your presence persuasive, and we need all possible support to see that he gives Animancy a fair chance. Oh, are these guys... Well, obviously they're somewhat pro-Animancy. We can say indeed, or we can lie and say indeed. Let's go for the neutral. I'll make sure he sees reason. Was there something else I can do for you? No. That is it. Thank you. And let's have a look at what we got. Is this it? Shame or Glory? One-handed unique sword. Okay, that is pretty good. 10%, plus 10 accuracy while endurance is below 50%. Plus 20 damage while endurance is below 50%. 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. Gift given to a young soldier before he left to fight in the War of Black Trees. This blade earned its name through the efforts of its bearer. The gilded sword was a common sight on the battlefield, held aloft in challenge once the soldier spotted a target. His fellows would converge upon the foe, and time again they found victory. Such was the sword's influence upon the morale of the troops, that on the occasion that the soldier nearly succumbed to a hail of Glumfather arrows, prompting a swift retreat, a frustrated commander decided that the sword should have a new name, for it seemed to be what determined if they achieved shame or glory. Okay. Don't need to compare on me. I think we should check whether Adea's sword is better than that once he's back. I think that's what we'll do with that. And this is the officer armor. It's a heavy armor with pretty decent stats. Okay, who's wearing heavy armor? Because I think actually Adea wears medium, right? Kana wears heavy armor. And I think it's just you, unless Pallegina does. Yeah, she's medium too. What's Kana got? A unique heavy armor. I think this is actually better, isn't it, than that? We'll come back to the sword once we go and get there. Right. Sacred Skin. What is this? 15% experience. Green Stain Boots. Expires in 3 days. Scouts from the Twice-Split Arrows tribe claim that a deranged elven druid stormed into one of Erglanfath's smaller western ruins and absconded with the hide of an enormous bear that the tribe hunted down 5 generations ago. The tribe of outcasts has been unable to locate the druid, and they've received no help from their fellow Glamfarthans. Well, that's kind of weird. A deranged elven druid stole their enormous bear hide. That might be the oddest quest we've had so far. Who would like to go and deal with a deranged elven druid? How about Sagani can go? Sagani can go on this one. Okay, we have now been invited to the Animancy Hearing, so we can go back to Brackenbury and talk to Lady Webb and see what she's got to say about this. We left Durans back at the door,
Crucible
I think.
Knights have their ambitions, but the stability of Defiance Bay is foremost in their mind. The Dukes are thinking only of their trading assets, not the long-term health of our partners in the Deerwood. If Defiance Bay falls, all we will have left are overland routes. Not much comfort.
It seems like this might have been an interesting one to bring Pallegina on. This is kind of why I think the Crucible Knights were not as bad as the others. They actually do want to create stability, even if they are doing it in what I would say is a bad way. The other ones actually just seem to be out for themselves. I don't want anything bad to happen to Defiance Bay either, or they seem like good allies to have if we're going to see the Duke. I don't want to see anything bad happen to Defiance Bay either. Good. Then we tell the Duke. I hope he believes us. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what we just agreed to, or what we may have just changed. Oh, I'm going the long way here, and I'm pretty sure there's a door here. Right here that we could have gone through. Let's go see Lady Webb.
How fares your search?
Well, it was a bit dramatic, but it's going quite well now. I would like to discuss the Animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
The Knights of the Crucible have accepted me into their delegation. I had to do some crazy things for them, but they finally accepted me.
Good. Avar Wolfgren looks to the Crucible Knights as a voice of reason and order. Speaking from their section should lend you credibility with him.
Okay, good. She feels like I made a good choice.
You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the Leaden Key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
Well, thank you, Lady Webb. I guess from her perspective, it didn't matter who I went with because this is only like a small problem in the much bigger issue of the Leaden Key. Do I want to ask you about anything else? No. I think we'll be fine. Okay, goodbye. Right, we can attend the hearing at the Ducal Palace in First Fire.
Following your lead.
Now, do I trust that this isn't going to become violent? Because if it is going to be a big battle, I should probably have Adea with me. Lagina did do fine, but I definitely have gotten more used to Adea's abilities. It shouldn't break out into a fight, I don't think, because it's in the palace. So everybody's going to want to be on their best behavior. I do think it's actually just going to be a conversation. How long is it going to be before Adea is back? It's going to be nearly 4 more days.
Following your lead.
I think we should go for it. I think we're safe. We can go to Fast Fires, we can have this conversation, and then we can go get Adea. This could turn out to be a horrible idea.
Right fetching feathers,
Of
lass.
Repeat, please, in Adiran. And stand closer so I can grab your neck if you said what I think you did.
That was Isilmir. She likes your feathers.
Thanks, but I'm not interested, Isilmir.
Pelagina does not trust Aloth, does she? Stones of this ancient tower have been blackened by centuries-old fires, surrounded by a patch of wildflowers that looks like a memorial. I think I have actually previously looked at that. Okay, let's go. At some point, I need to come back and light these fires. I have no idea how to do that.
Aye?
Can I? No, that's a bad idea. I was going to say, could we just use some fire magic and direct it there? But I feel like that might actually just get us into massive trouble with the soldiers. Maybe if I can't figure out another way, we'll try that. Okay, where's the meeting? It's gonna be in there, isn't it? Oh, that's not how we get there? I would need a key. Well, surely the meeting's in there, though. Do I have to go in from this side? The place has been reserved for you on the balcony. Go to the upper floor. That's where it was. How do I get there from the upper floor? Oh, I just had to be closer. I received word from Commander Cliver that you'd be attending. The balcony has been opened for you. I feel very, privileged. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. Okay, it's already getting potentially violent. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible Knights, stiff in their noisy armour, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Dominal, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens, who've made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academics' robes, with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
And this is from the Duke, who is at the back of the chamber, sprawled in his throne, worn down but alert and feisty nonetheless.
Ramir de Barask is originally from Palminia. He's one of the finest minds in Animancy to come out of the Valian Republics. He left for Defiance Bay 5 years ago, because he believed this was the true heart of Animancy research.
In Pelagina's words and the way she looks at her countrymen, you sense both pride and a mild sense of frustration. Is Pelagina pro-Animancy?
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
Okay. But you can't have no progress and just assume that eventually there'll be potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
Okay, so the Dominals do agree with Animancy.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more. Animancy goes, or this country goes.
Wasn't a great argument.
So you admit, Master Barask, that Animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
That is a good point.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Promising experiments doesn't mean it was successful, though.
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
Yeah, murdering children isn't exactly worth the progress, is it?
The experiment failed, yes, but his work...
I only have one option here. His work was sabotaged. which I guess is the truth.
Ah, our new delegate from the Knights of the Crucible. What makes you say sabotage?
Okay, I can say I met a false patient in Brackenbury Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery, which is the truth, or I could lie and say that a rival Animancer confessed it to me during an investigation. I'm just going to tell the truth.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Well, you still can't ignore the truth.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
Oh, okay. We're really getting into the deep questions now. So we can use rational to say, those who know me around here know me to be fair in judgment. Cadman Azo should be held innocent. Uh-oh. Do I get to choose? Okay, we could go for he's innocent or he's guilty, or we can say no, he isn't. This was a responsible scientist who was manipulated, or yes, he is. Cadman Azo's ambitions exceed his ethics. I think the bottom two are basically like the top two, but possibly less persuasive. Oh, I wish I had somebody on law 5 so I could see what the other option is. It was sabotaged. And it was the sabotage that caused the death of the child, technically. But he was already doing really dodgy things. And I think he was manipulating the patients and doing horrible experiments on them when maybe they couldn't really give their complete consent. So, honestly, I think he should be held guilty for that. I don't know whether I want to use rational for this because actually this is really true. His ambitions exceeded his ethics. I think I'm going to go for this. Should I? Oh, I don't know. You know what? No, I'm going to be firm with this. He should be held guilty. What he did was terrible. It wouldn't have happened if he wasn't experimenting. Alath whispers beneath gritted teeth. After the farce we saw at the sanitarium, I couldn't agree more. Okay, well, at least Aloth's on our side.
Exactly! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Yeah, that's not entirely related to here, though, is it? That's not the crime we're talking about.
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
That also may be a point.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justicia! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens.
Okay, I have been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the knights were unable to control the damage, it was not Animancy, it was an ancient machine that caused it. Yes, also true. The Crucible Knights are blameless here. This was not the working of Animancy, but an ancient device in Ternauneth. I mean, yeah, both of them are true. They're basically the same response. This one is a bit more detailed, so let's go for... They are blameless. Okay, they weren't able to control the damage, but I'll go for the slightly more positive for the Crucible Knights.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
Well, we've done a lot of things. I can't use many of these, but I can be honest. My word is my oath. I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different.
I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once.
There you go, then. You can believe me.
Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
I'm not sure if you're going to believe that part. Ternauneth houses an Ingwithan machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was the machine that made the district undead. Do you think that was the machine's purpose? Or just a dire side effect? Connor shudders. But then, why would the Ingwithans build such a machine at all? I think it probably was its purpose.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
Okay, we can use our perception level here, quite a high one, to say they followed ambition blindly, taking few precautions and allowing personal feelings to get in the way of solving the problem. Yeah, that is fair. We could potentially say I have reason to believe there were others at the tower who might have done this. There's no denying that they were studying dangerous machinery they didn't understand. Okay, so perception here I'm going to use to be anti-animancy, which I'm fine with. There were other people at the tower. That is also true. But yeah, they weren't taking precautions when they were there.
But the very purpose of these experiments is to understand. So these dangerous things can be used responsibly.
Yeah, but maybe they can't be used responsibly. So far, it's not going very well, in any case.
This is what it comes down to, Your Grace. Whatever their intentions, Animancy's a pox. It makes a fucking wreck of everything.
Hey, Adric, you need to calm down.
We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge.
Okay. Well. Ha, wrong bridge indeed. Of course Durance likes the angry man.
It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Well, yeah, he has got a point. It's just an interesting way of saying it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
Even her voices just makes you really not like her, doesn't it? I like the voice acting for these people.
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son. My wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter? We put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
That's really tragic as a backstory. It's also not really anything to do with Animancy, though. Were they definitely Hollowborn?
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's Animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
I mean, that's true. I don't think the legacy is the result of Animancy. Grieving Mother reaches toward your mind with hers. Bring order to the chaos here. Ooh, okay. I'll try. The crowd begins to mutter, the sound taking a doubtful character. Right idea, Watcher. Taking this hearing by the curly ones. Don't waste your chance. Okay, we're going to stand up and say Waydwin's legacy is the creation of the leaden key. Oh, of course, we already know that. Kedman Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want Animancy to fall. The dull muttering expands into a din of skepticism that fills the hall. I've seen them in the ruins of Erglan Fath, operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls, near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I've heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn. Okay, that's not a reason to have Animancy, though. I feel like what the last thing I said was kind of pro-Animancy. This is just a reason that we should stop messing with people's souls, I think.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
Well, that's rude. Okay. We have a lot of options here. I only want to help Deerwood. You want to see crazy? Make one more smart comment just like that. Birth invalids until your womb dries for all I care. Wow, that's a bit harsh. The rest of these people will hear the truth. You shame your order by dismissing the truth before hearing it, madam. I expected better from a Knight of the Crucible. If he did, for your husband's sake, I hope he has at least left a brothel unlocked. Ouch. As the Duke says, no theory has more proof than any other. What's the harm in hearing one more? Your quips cannot change the truth. I'm going to go for you. I expected more from a Knight of the Crucible. Let's tell her off.
You must know, friend, that the leaden key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play.
It is not.
I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
Okay, So, what's more likely, that the gods are destroying Deerwood for a science practiced in many parts of the world, or that a group of people hates animancy and wants it suppressed? The Leaden Key is very real. They're foreigners from Medea and Red Ceres who hate Deerwood and want to see us suffer. Let's say a lord is cuckolded by his wife. If he tells her to stop, she'll only want her lover more. But if he spreads a rumour that her lover's just visited a brothel and acquired a pox on his loins, she'll end it on her own. Okay, I don't think we'll go for that one. We all want the same thing here. We want Waydwin's legacy to end. If we work together instead of arguing, we can stop the people who are doing this. I do like that one, but we can also go for honest. If you know anything about me, you know this. I've been called many things, but never a liar. An honest witness is the best piece of evidence you have in this matter. Okay, this is the one we're going for.
The only piece of evidence.
But what other evidence do you want?
The only piece of evidence that doesn't send your kind to the gallows, you mean?
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
Ooh, okay. We can say the Knights of the Crucible were instrumental in aiding my investigation, or I took a personal interest in the matter and tried to learn what I could. This is an interesting choice. If I say the Knights of the Crucible helped me, that's definitely going to turn the other two factions against the idea. But it does give me more credibility. I already know that the Duke feels like the Knights of the Crucible are kind of the steadiest force here. So I should probably use that. Although I wouldn't exactly say they were instrumental in aiding my investigation. They have been useful. I think we'll go for this.
I see. I'm impressed the Knights seized such an unlikely opportunity to find an end to all of this.
I mean, it was mainly me, but yeah.
But these hearings are about more than Waydwin's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
Ooh. Good question. Okay, we've got 5 options. I would allow the Animancers to continue their work. They explore questions we all wish to understand, and if we'd known more, perhaps the crisis could have been averted. Or Animancy should be studied in Deerwood. If you don't, someone else will, and they will wield great power over you. Well, that is a possibility. The Animancers of Deerwood have been given too long a leash. The practice should be restricted and controlled. That's a good possibility. In truth, I'm not completely confident Animancy doesn't have something to do with Waydwin's legacy. It would be wise to ban the practice at least for now. Or Animancy's too dangerous. We were not meant to use it, and we've proven why we are unworthy of it. It should be outlawed. Okay, is this going to be the actual decision that gets made? See, I don't think that Animancy has anything to do with the legacy. I do think it's completely the Leaden Key. I'm interested to know what happens later in the game if Animancy is allowed to continue. But I actually don't think it's a good idea. I don't think they should be messing with souls. It's really, really terrible that we have people being born without souls, but I think that's the problem we need to fix, not trying to put souls back into people. I think on this one, at least, we are going to be anti-Animancy. We've seen it go wrong too many times. I don't think it's helping with the legacy. It's too dangerous. It should be outlawed. See, this is the problem with games like this that have got so many branching stories. I really want to click this and find out what happens if we ban it, but I also really want to find out what happens with all of the other options. So I think we're going to go for this, and then we have to choose another option when we replay later.
Diverus? Cleante ignare.
Okay, I have disappointed Pelagina. She shakes her feathered head from side to side while muttering. Alath, though, gives me a small nod. Well said.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest. I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. And our new delegate, who has warned us of a new possibility that must be looked into. The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement. Ramir de Barash, representing the interests of animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Oh. Who's this?
Regardless of its effects on the legacy, these hearings have made it clear that animancy is a scourge in its own right.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What?
What's he doing? No! Avenge the Duke!
No, wait!
Stop this!
It wasn't him. Oh, okay. Violence has indeed broken out. Let's go get that guy. Can we catch him?
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you?
Oh.
Another time. I am already late.
It was you. Oh no, I fainted. The words, "Shall I end it for you?" ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Theos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you, the screams and clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words. Is this because he has control over me?
Shall I end it for you?
Theos stands at a pulpit high above an assembly of robed onlookers, you among them, clustered around a wide circular pit of carved stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel, overlooking the great stone moor. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like a melted candle wax, black and red and seeping, and the angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
Her eyes are barely open and her words come between strangled breaths, but they are steady, unbroken.
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. Why are you torturing her? Dominion of Sleepers. You open your eyes to the beam ceiling of the palace's grand entry hall. The clangs of metal striking metal waft in from outside, along the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. Can't unsay his hailing, and moves to your side, looking around anxiously. I hope you're fit to walk, because we can't stay here any longer. Off to one side, you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail, and you look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He's trying to say something, seemingly directed at you, but at first it's too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb, she's the only... She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please, find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor, still. Okay,
Following your
so
lead.
some of the knights in here are working with her. Was that the guy? Oh no. Okay. Are you okay over here? Don't go out there. There's rioting in the streets. Well, this got very dramatic quickly. My prediction that this might end in violence was unfortunately true. And it was going so well as well. I think this is going to be a perfect place to pause this because it's about to get dramatic. I do kind of wish we brought Adea with us now, but I wasn't expecting the Duke to be suddenly murdered. Wasn't expecting the leaden key to come in here either. I think we might have ended Animancy, which is going to be interesting for the rest of the game. Some people, I guess, are going to be really angry with me about outlawing Animancy. we will find out. If you want to find out what happens next, because I definitely do, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And I will see you soon. Bye.